So hello everyone, this is Shruti Mistry and today we are going to learn about Snowflake's time travel. So Snowflake's time travel feature allows you to explore and retrieve historical versions of your data, giving you unprecedented control and insight into your data's evolution over time. So whether you need to take changes, recover accidentally deleted data or analyze trends over time, Snowflake's time travel feature has got you covered. So let's take a closer look at how it works. So we'll start with creating. First I have logged into my Snowflakes account and open my SQL worksheet. So let me select my database test public. Okay, I'll select tutorial. So after you have selected your database and schema, now I'll create a first step is to create a table test with ID, first name, last name, email, gender, job and phone as the columns. So I'll run this. So my table is successfully created. Now I'll create a file format, a CSV file format for my data to be loaded. Okay, there's a syntax error, so I'll check it now. Yeah, it is successfully created. Now I'm loading my data from a publicly available S3 bucket. So first step, if you have seen my previous videos, that is to create a stage. I'll run this. Yeah, so my time travel stage is successfully created. Now I'll see what is there in my stage. So there's a file called customer.cv. So I'll copy from this customer.cv into my new table test. So I'll use a copy into command. So yeah, that's done. My status is successfully loaded. So I'll see what I have loaded from there. So the data includes first name, last name, email, gender, job and phone. Okay, so what I'll do is update first name, all the first name as Shruti, which may be done by mistakenly. So yeah, that's done. Now if I select from my test, so yeah, that's a big mistake that first name is changed into Shruti. So we'll see how we will handle this. So now first method I will using is offset. So basically I mention minus 60 seconds into 1.5, which will take me back 1 to 2 minutes back, so when the changes were not made. So if I select this, uh, okay, that's too much I guess. I have to reduce the time. I think that time has not passed, so I'll reduce the time and see this works. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm getting the data which is unchanged and my mistake is not being shown here. So that's a wonderful feature. So the second method is to use the before timestamp. I have to mention the timestamp. I have mentioned 45, so I'll mention before 52 as the time now is 52. So here we were using at offset, and here we will be using the keyword before, and then in brackets we will mention the timestamp before which we want our data. Okay, so we have altered the session to UTC, and I have converted India time zone to UTC and mentioned here. Now I can see the data which was before this time zone, that is before our update to Shruti. So yeah, using before timestamp also I am able to see the previous data. So yeah. Now I'll update the table again and set the job as data scientist. So as you can see, the jobs are different, but now I'll update it to data scientist. Okay, the table is updated, and now if I see, all jobs are now converted into data scientist. So our method 3 is to use the before query id. Now what I've done is updated the uh, job to data scientist for every job, and I have to get the data which was before this. So let me see where I have updated. Yeah, so this is the query where I have updated the job to data scientist. I'll select the query id and copy it here. Now let's see if we can get the data before that. Yeah, so we are getting some data. Let's see if the job is, yeah, so the job is changed back to what it was before the statement was executed. Now what we can do is we can store all this data back into a new table. So for that we have to create a backup table. I'll create the backup table as before the statement. So let me copy that statement here. So I am creating a new table and uh, putting that data into my putting the so I am creating a new table and selecting the statement that gets me the right data. So yeah, my test backup is created successfully. Now I'll truncate my original test table and select everything from the backup to the test. So that's done. Now if I select test, so my test data has restored the original job values. So this is how timetable feature helps you when some mistake has been done in your data, and you can restore your original data back. So thank you for joining.